Azeroth at War. So I got to play the open beta. Now I already did another video where I went through the various starting zones for all of the custom races. You'll see behind me there some of the customization options for some of the various races, both old and new, but I only went through 1 to 5 on most of them. Now, the Naga is the character I chose to play throughout the entirety of the beta, at least up until level 20-ish. I'll get to that in a second. Now, the Naga doesn't have a starting zone, so I decided to play in Morogh. Now, Morogh does not have a lot of new quests. While there are some new quests, it's not really a lot, so I didn't really record it. I did get to play a little bit in the Morogh airfield. Unfortunately, I did not record that, so you're not going to see game footage of that, but it is new, and I do think I like it much better than the Turtle Wow Morogh airport. But from there, I started streaming this character at level 10, just so, you know, you don't have to see me level 1 to 10 again, because we already did that in the last closed beta. Look at this goofy ass fucking helmet. Look at this. Look at this fucking helmet. I replayed through Westfall, and unfortunately Westfall had not really gotten changes from the last time. A couple of updates from the last time I played, some of them good, such as the Defias don't really hit as hard anymore. You don't really pull the entirety of the farms when you pull just one. So definitely a lot of quality of life there in terms of numbers and, you know, tweaking this and that. But the amount of quests is still the same. Therefore, I had to grind my levels in order to finish the storyline of Westfall. I've already made it a point to the developers that they do need to add more quests to Westfall, and they will be adding more quests eventually. But from there, I continued on and I finished as much as I could of Westfall. Now, I did have an issue that did not happen last time. During the Escape from Deadmines quest, I was able to complete it on the closed beta, but during the open beta, I had a bug happen. After a quick disconnect, which I believe was from server side because I was still okay on my stream, I logged back in, I killed the 5 Defias, and then I went through the portal to continue the next part. Only it would not continue. The character that you were supposed to talk to did not spawn at all, even after a reload. So unfortunately, I was not able to finish the last quest of Westfall as it completely bugged out. And speaking of disconnects, from there I was able to level in Redridge. Now, Redridge is definitely, I think, the best zone out of all of the zones I have played on the Alliance. And by the way, I am only talking about the Alliance zones because I only did play Alliance this time around. The next beta, I will be sure to play the Horde side, so you will get perspective on the Horde zones during that beta. They also added a lot more trees. So you see that? A lot more trees in Snowy Mountains. And the bridge that will never be finished on any private server ever. That is the law, by the way. This bridge may never be finished. But for now, let's continue on. Redridge Mountains has some changes in the landscape. As you can see, there are mountains. More trees, definitely. There's a waterfall off to the west side of Lakeshire. You can't really see it in this footage here, but it is there. And there are a ton of unique custom quests as well, though I did have one slight issue with one of the new and unique quests. Chromie? I am known as Chronomu, but you may call me Chromie. I am comfortable with such familiarity. Now, how did I know your name, you ask? I am one of the bronze... Okay, I'm stopping you right there for a minute. I'm stopping you right there for a minute because... dragons turn into mortals to hide the fact they are dragons. They have done that the entirety of the fucking time in the lore up until, like, recent. With the exception of the aspects, because they don't give a flying fuck. Every other dragon turned into a mortal to hide the fact they were a dragon. Though besides that nitpick of Chromie telling you that she is a dragon. The quest itself was mildly difficult. The dragon whelps, their fireballs hit really hard. I think I died like 2 or 3 times to their fireball ability, but the dragon spawn were fairly okay. Then at the end of it, there was a elite dragon who actually was pretty hard. I was able to solo him, but it was a very close call. There are still Blackrock Orcs wandering. In fact, the orcs that wander up and down the roads are elites, so you're gonna have to go off-road and avoid them best you can. The camp itself was mildly difficult, but I was able to finish the quests that take you up into the cave in the mountains of the Blackrock Orcs, which allowed me to get an awesome shield and a helmet. Oh no, you get both of them! Awesome, I have a helmet! Look at it and look at it! That's funny as shit, look at it! After that, I leveled a little bit off stream and I went to Loch Modan, where I did not really find a lot of custom quests. I think there are some, but I didn't really see any. But after that, I got to level 20 all by myself. From there, I went to go try to buy a mount, only the mounts cost the exact same amount as vanilla, which what level 20 would have 100 gold at that level. So I waited until the next day where they upgraded the server to allow everyone to get a free level 60 boost as well as gold. So I used that to get free gold as well as get level 60, you know, to play around with the talents a little bit. I bought my level 40 mount, which was a crocodile, which hell yes, finally a gator mount. One of these servers had to do it, and I'm glad it was Azeroth at war. Anyway, the racial mount for the Naga is the crocodile, or gator, or however you want to call it. I wore Retribution Paladin gear for whatever reason. I thought it was funny, and the helmet looked absolutely hilarious on the Naga. But from there, I used my level 60 skills to blade storm a bunch of murlocs and breeze through the Wetlands quest. I primarily did that just because I wanted to blaze through it just to see the custom quests, and there wasn't a lot of custom quests in the Wetlands. I did find some, but there were not many. I do believe this zone is unfinished. However, one thing I did find off in the deep dark corners of the Wetlands, near where you find a custom quest, I found a random elite. I thought it was like a rare elite, so I thought, oh, maybe I kill him for a quest, or maybe I kill him and get something good off him. So I went to go kill him, only to find out that behind him was another elite, and then another one. As I followed the trail of elites, it led into a hidden cave. The cave model itself is one that you can find in Northrend, as I've seen it before in the Fjord for other quests related to that in Wrath of the Lich King. But at the very end, I found a hidden mini-boss. This whole area is full of elites, so definitely a 3 to 5 man area. We'll accept and turn it. I don't know if there's actually like a quest to come here and kill him, or just kill these guys and then you happen to find him, but having this little like neat out of the way area, and I got a cool quest that gives off like awesome loot. That's really cool. I love that. And not only that, while I don't know if there are any quests that actually lead you into this cave itself, but if you kill the boss at the very end of the cave, regardless of if you have a quest to kill him or not, he drops an item which will give you a quest that awards you one of 3 choices of armor that all look and are statted pretty good. I then ended my adventure by swimming all the way to Hillsbrad, as I wanted to see if there was anything new in Hillsbrad. I didn't quite find any new custom quests of Hillsbrad. I may have not just, looked hard enough, but I didn't find anything new at all. And the zone itself is supposed to be a war mode zone, which means it is flagged for PvP unlike the other PvE zones. I didn't find a lot of other players there, so I wasn't able to test PvP at all. I did troll a low level. Don't worry, I didn't kill him. I just kind of made him scared a little bit. But regardless, I think that the war mode zone could do well with whatever war mode zone is chosen for that week. It should have it phased so that you see Horde and Alliance fighting each other, broken burning wagons off to the side, PvP quests, to make it actually feel like a war zone. Going back to the disconnects a little bit, now this is I guess a user error mild bug. I just wanted to bring it up, but there is a new system in place on this server that when you log in, it not only saves your username, but it saves your password. So all you do is log in, you don't need to type out your password. However, there is an issue to that. If you you are disconnected for any reason, be it server side or client side, as you are tapping your various keys in order to move or type or perform an ability, even though you are still in the game on your screen, those will translate to the password as it's defaulted for you to be typing in your password. Therefore, if you try to log in, it will tell you that your password is wrong, even though it saved your password, and that's because it's just typing in keys that you are typing while you think you are still in the game. So if you do have any issues with that, don't worry, no one hacked your account, no one changed your password, it's you by default because you're typing it in unknowingly and having it go into the password slot. So if that does happen, just retype your password and you should be good to go. All in all, I thought this beta was very fun. A lot of positive feedback has been coming from other players as well, of course with the mild criticisms, bug reports, and suggestions. I think the biggest thing that really hurt was the Westfall quest, which of course, again, I have already told them what the issue was, and this will be changed in the future. But if you want to hear my full rant of that, just wait till the end of the video. I have it clipped out from my stream where I talk about that a little bit. But until then, that is the end of this video, just my little adventure through the Azeroth at War beta, at least on the Alliance side. Again, we will be playing Horde side next time. I think I'm going to be making an ice troll. That sounds about fun. And I will see you guys next time. Please comment down below if you liked the server, what you think they could change, any suggestions, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't to see more Azeroth at War videos. Yeah, well, I don't know why they replaced all the quests, because they asked me to write quests for Westfall, so I said, okay, so I wrote a Defias storyline. I basically wanted to replace the Defias quests because there was already quests about the Defias, and if I wrote it to kind of tell the story in a better way, it would conflict with the older ones. So I thought that that's what they were going to replace, right? No, they replaced all of them, including the Mud Pie quest. I was like, really? They replaced the killing of the Murlocs, they replaced, like, all of them. I think even the Lighthouse one is gone. It's weird. And I told them, I'm like, no, add more. After the alpha, I kind of went behind scenes and I kind of made a little bit of a bitch fit. And I said, like, look, it doesn't feel good to replace all of the quests with, like, 15 quests. Because not only is it making the zone itself hyper-linear, which is what we don't want to do, but also, it leads less replayability. It means you're soft-locked if you don't get to that level that you need to do the next quest, and yada yada. And everyone was on board. So now, oh, motherfucker. What the hell was that? I'm kind of like tunnel visioning right now, so I'm not paying attention. But, you'll notice that other zones are not doing that. This is the only zone because it's the one zone that they did that, and I had a bitch fit, right? And now, the only quests that are being replaced are ones that would conflict with new quests. Other than that, all quests are staying, and then having additional quests on top of that. He did not intend for that to happen, because when I talked to Grommash before any of these quests were even written, he's of the mindset of he would like more quests that are unique and not as grindy, but also he wants more replayability. So I don't think that this was intended, it just happened, and it's like, oh, well, it is what it is. So I think this was like, it just happened that way. It was a mistake. Because after I pitched that fit or whatever, him, Meeps, and the other like one or two quest writers we had at that time when that happened, we're all in agreement. More quests is better. Leave a lot of the old ones unless it's absolutely necessary to remove them. Like I said, if there's conflicting quests. And add more quests on top of that. So then you have your older quests. It's additional, optional. But then you also have additional, optional, new custom quests. So it'll work itself out in the end.